Porto started the day in 9th position in the league. They've been one of the most consistent teams out there, but Tristan Gomedy hoping that will change. His prediction, at least anyway, in the gala dinner they had, was that they could get on the podium, and they're certainly headed for that at the moment with 24 minutes to go. Corinthians, though, and Antonio Pizzonia will chase them down all the way. And now it's really a case of a duel, isn't it? Who's going to dare first? Because these two are the last to pit, effectively. Only Olympiacos, as well as them, not pitted yet. So just 3 cars to go.
Yes, I think we'll probably see them extending it until lap 20. Corinthians is just there waiting for a mistake, putting some pressure. And he will probably try to wait for Gomedy to make his pit stop. To try to make the difference when he will be on his own on the track, basically. There we go, the gears, 270 kilometers in that short straight. It's not even the main straight.
That's where Valles made his move into that left-hander. Very brave indeed. So Porto, Corinthians, Olympiacos, Liverpool now in 4th place, still holding off Milan, then AS Roma, who had led this race early on, but the pit stop took them out, basically.
Yeah, it's a real shame that Frank Pereira's job so far was so good, and it has been spoiled a little bit by a bad pit stop, but that's the racing. It's the team has to do a good job as well in the pit stop, and it didn't happen this time.
So Olympiacos also yet to pit, so we could argue that Liverpool, if everybody has a normal pit stop, will probably lead the race.
Yes, it should be Liverpool, Milan, Roma, Beijing, and Anderlecht with Craig Dolby again.
Great stuff. Anderlecht once again the team of the moment, and Craig Dolby, the man from Melton Mowbray, doing the business as he said he would. Doesn't seem to worry about qualifying, didn't get it right in qualifying, but they are right there in this race. Porto comes in.
Porto in, which means that Corinthians has a free track ahead, and he's going for new tyres as well. He could have pitted a little bit earlier, maybe.
Well, it wasn't the quickest of stops, but Porto is clean and out.
So we should see Corinthians stopping on the next lap, or later.
That must feel agonisingly slow for poor old Tristan Gomedy. Out of the pits he comes into the sunshine of Estoril. Now he gets on the power. And away goes the Frenchman. Very bumpy circuit, as we've noticed throughout the weekend. And these big, heavy 750 brake horsepower motor cars banging their way around the circuit. Corinthians now lead, but they have yet to pit.
And Atletico Madrid, fastest lap with a 126.7. That's extremely fast.
Andy Susek on the money there. Atletico really flying. That was a great lap.
And there you go. Corinthians now are leaders, but just because they haven't made their mandatory pit stops. I think we can explain the 126.7 by Atletico Madrid, because he did his pits, changed the tyres.
Here he comes. In comes Corinthians. Only Olympiacos yet to pit. This has got to be a good pit stop from Antonio, but he knows all about that from his Formula One days and racing in America, of course.
Let's have a close look.
He's pretty good on the keepy uppies. Now they're going to keep him up. Here we go.
Stop.
Brand new tyres. Nice and clean. Doing the business. Gets the signal, the money pops up, and away goes the Brazilians.
That's pretty fast to me.
Excellent stop. Now the question is just when does he get out? Porto coming down the pit straight. There you see Porto on the right-hand side, Corinthians on the left-hand side, but they've got to get out of the pit lane.
Oh, it's going to be
so
close.
It's going to be very tight indeed, and somehow Corinthians have held on to get ahead of Porto. Great pit stop from the Brazilians, and now Porto will have to surely use this lap because his tyres won't be up to full speed yet.
Ooh, that's tight.
Oh, he's pushing him.
He has to make a move within the next few corners. Not there, it's too tight. Very good pit stop from Pizzonia. That's experience.
A lot of gravel on track there as well. Out of the corner they come, down the back straight. Now he's not close enough. Flat out 5th gear through here, up to 270, 280k, and then diving hard into this left-hander.
Yeah, I think Tristan was pushing hard going into turn 3, trying to make a move on the Corinthians, but there were some gravels there, and he ran wide, and I think his chances are over now to make a move within the next few corners.
So gravel on track out of turn 6 by the looks of things. They've got to be careful there, but they'll all have seen it, and hopefully nobody else will go off. But Porto chasing Corinthians at the moment, racing at home here at Estoril.
Let's have a look. On the next lap, the Corinthians should be back into the pack. Liverpool should be leading. There you go.
Liverpool lead the race from AC Milan. Roma are third, Beijing in 4th position. Coming across the line now, Corinthians in 5th. Porto follows them in 6th place. Galatasaray are up there. Atletico Madrid are having a good run and lapping very quickly. I'm still amazed at how quickly Andy Souček is lapping. 1:26.7 his quickest. Okay, he was slower on the last lap, but he is going very fast. There's the gravel we were talking about, and there is Adrian Baez of Liverpool.
AC Milan still quite keeping up, as well as AS Roma and Beijing.
Well, amazing run by Baez. He was very aggressive in the opening laps, pushing hard on the 2 leaders. And then it all changed in the first pit stop, and Liverpool came out on top with a really remarkably quick stop.
Yeah, he did. I mean, Liverpool did a very good stop, as well as AC Milan, as well as Beijing. It's only AS Roma who didn't have such a good pit stop, and that's why he's down there in 3rd position. But now we have Liverpool and Adrian Baez pushing very hard, sliding the car into the hairpin, back onto the power there, where it's very tricky, but the car seems very good. He was very fast yesterday in testing and in qualifying, so it's no surprise to see him there in the lead.
And one thing that Baez will be keeping an eye on is points. 3 points for a win in football, but if you win in the Superleague, it's 50. And looking at Eindhoven, who was starting the day in 2nd place in the league, Eindhoven all the way down in 10th place, only 18 points available for that 10th place finish if that's where they finish.
Corinthians, Porto, which is quite a good result. Well, he started 6th, still 6th, and Atletico Madrid still very fast, 28.0 on the last lap. Very good performance. He's actually the quickest on track at the moment.
So just to remind you, Liverpool lead this race, and a reverse grid for race 2, of course, and that will play into the hands of the likes of Borussia Dortmund and FC Basel. Basel taken out by Tocacello of Dortmund in the first few corners of this race. Glasgow Rangers are running 16th position. They too will have a better start, and I think that's tactical from Ryan Dezell. He's decided that he's going to score more points by getting a good grid position for race 2, knowing that there isn't too many places to overtake here.
Yeah, probably. It looks like it, actually. A driver who is trying to make up for a bad start, it's Olympiacos. He's actually lapping in 1:28.5 just on his last lap, which is his best lap so far. So he's pushing hard and trying to make a move back up the grid. As Anderlecht went back down into the field, so maybe it's Anderlecht who did put some gravels in turn 3.
Yeah, I've got a feeling you're right. Anderlecht were up there, so too Olympiacos, and they qualified so well, Casper Anderson, but unfortunately not able to hold on to it. There's the gap between Liverpool and AC Milan. You can see it visually as they cross the line again.
And the positions are pretty stable, and Corinthians is actually not so far from the leaders, as well as FC Porto.
Well, their last lap of 1:28.1 was their fastest lap indeed, and you're quite right to point it out. Bruce Giuani on the money, Bruce Almighty I might be calling him. A 1:28.1 by Corinthians, excellent lap.
Actually, it's a lap which is more than a second quicker than all the leaders in front. Actually, 1.5 seconds quicker than Liverpool.
Having said that, the fastest lap of 1:26.7 by Atletico.
Yes, and Atletico being just behind Porto, who's actually quite quick as well, and the Corinthians. So those 3 cars are making a move on the leaders.
So a real Portuguese and Spanish battle going on out there. These giants of football fighting it out. Over 300 Ks at times, 280 at the fastest point here. And this is one of the fastest tracks that we go to down the main straight. We're on board now with Atletico Madrid and the Spaniard from Madrid, Andy Souček.
Yeah, he's pushing very hard indeed. You can see the car sliding all around. Very good lines.
Up the hill now. Look at this chicane. This is so tight.
Ooh.
Back on the power early. A little bit of oversteer as he exits there, but down towards 15 and 16 to go.
Very good stuff. And you can see how much curve he's taking into the chicane. Pushing hard, knowing that he's fast.
15 minutes to go. Race 1 at Estoril, round 4 of Super League Formula. Liverpool lead from AC Milan. Roma are in third place, having led early on. There is Liverpool. They won yesterday in the league to stay and push for the title in Great Britain.
And I think AS Roma is actually coming back and closing the